What if one sentence could change the way you see your entire life? What if a single word, spoken with truth and conviction, could unlock a door inside you that has been closed for years? Think about that for a moment. Because words are not just sounds. They are not just letters strung together. Words are energy. Words are power. Words are seeds planted in the soil of your mind, and when they take root, they grow into the actions that shape your destiny. Every great shift in history began with words. Every revolution, every transformation, every breakthrough started when someone spoke something that pierced through the noise and reached the heart. And today, you are about to hear words that can do the same for you. You have carried doubts. You have carried fears. You have carried the weight of mistakes, regrets, and missed chances. You have carried the silent battles that no one else sees. And yet, here you are, searching for something more, searching for a spark, searching for a reason to believe that your story is not over, that your best chapter has not yet been written. That search is not an accident. It is not random. It is the voice inside you calling for change. And when you hear words that align with that voice, something inside shifts, something inside awakens. That is the power of words spoken with truth. They don't just enter your ears, they enter your soul. Why should you stay until the end? Because what you are about to hear is not entertainment. It is not noise. It is not another distraction in a world already filled with distractions. It is a mirror. It is a reminder. It is a challenge. It is a call to rise above the limits you have accepted for too long. If you stay, you will walk away with more than motivation. You will walk away with clarity. You will walk away with conviction. You will walk away with a fire that cannot be put out. And that fire will not just inspire you for a moment. It will push you to act. It will push you to move. It will push you to become the person you were meant to be. Think about the times in your life when someone said something that stayed with you. Maybe it was a teacher who told you that you had potential. Maybe it was a friend who reminded you that you mattered. Maybe it was a stranger who spoke kindness when you needed it most. Those words became anchors. They became reminders. They became proof that you were more than your circumstances. Now imagine words that go even deeper. Words that don't just remind you of your worth, but demand that you rise to it. Words that don't just comfort you, but challenge you. Words that don't just inspire you, but ignite you. That is what you are about to experience. There is a reason why words can shift your mind forever. Science tells us that the brain is wired to respond to language. When you hear words that carry emotion, your brain releases chemicals that make you feel dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline. These are not just abstract terms. They are the forces that drive your behavior. They are the forces that make you act. And when words trigger those forces, they don't just stay in your mind. They move into your body. They move into your choices. They move into your future. That is why the right words, spoken at the right time, can change everything. They can break chains. They can open doors. They can shift your mind forever. But here is the truth. Words alone are not enough. You must be willing to receive them. You must be willing to let them in. You must be willing to let them challenge you, confront you, and push you beyond the limits you have set for yourself. Too often, we hear powerful words and nod our heads, but then we go back to the same habits, the same excuses, the same patterns. That is not what this moment is for. This moment is for transformation. This moment is for awakening. This moment is for you to decide that you will not just hear these words, you will live them. You will embody them. You will let them shape the way you think, the way you act, and the way you rise. Ask yourself, what is the cost of staying the same? What is the cost of letting fear dictate your choices? What is the cost of living below your potential? The cost is your dreams. The cost is your peace. The cost is your future. And yet, the reward of change is limitless. The reward of change is freedom. The reward of change is fulfillment. The reward of change is becoming the person you were always meant to be. That is the reward waiting for you if you stay until the end. That is the reward waiting for you if you let these words sink into your soul and move you to action. You are not here by accident. You are not listening by chance. You are here because something inside you knows that it is time. Time to stop waiting. Time to stop doubting. Time to stop holding back. Time to step into the life you deserve. And the words you are about to hear are the key. They are the spark. They are the shift. They are the reminder that you are capable of more than you have ever imagined. They are the challenge to rise, to fight, to believe, to act. And if you let them, they will change you. They will shift your mind forever. So listen closely, listen deeply, listen not just with your ears, but with your heart. Because every word you hear from this moment forward is a seed. And if you plant it, if you water it, if you nurture it with action, it will grow into a life you cannot even imagine right now. A life of strength, a life of courage, a life of purpose, a life of fulfillment. That is the promise. That is the reward. That is why you must stay until the end, because every word spoken here has the power to shift your mind forever. And when your mind shifts, your life shifts. When your life shifts, your future shifts. And when your future shifts, everything changes. What if the words you speak to yourself every day are the very chains holding you back? Think about it. Every thought you repeat becomes a belief. Every belief becomes a habit. And every habit becomes your life. The mind is not just a place where ideas live. It is the battlefield where your future is decided. And the truth is, most people lose that battle before they even begin, because they let the wrong words take root. They let doubt whisper louder than faith. They let fear speak louder than courage. They let excuses drown out discipline. But you don't have to be most people. You don't have to surrender to the noise inside your head. You can choose to shift the words you allow in, and when you do, you shift your entire destiny. Words are not harmless, they are commands. They are instructions to your brain. When you say, I can't, your brain obeys. When you say, I'm not enough, your brain believes it. But when you say, I will, your brain begins to search for ways to make it true. When you say, I am capable, your brain starts to unlock strength you didn't know you had. That is the power of words. They are not passive. They are active. They are forces that shape your reality. And when you hear words spoken with conviction, words that carry truth, they don't just inspire you for a moment, they reprogram the way you think. They shift the way you see yourself. They shift the way you see the world. Imagine this, a seed planted in the soil of your mind. If that seed is doubt, it grows into hesitation. If that seed is fear, it grows into paralysis. If that seed is negativity, it grows into failure. But if that seed is belief, it grows into courage. If that seed is discipline, it grows into success. If that seed is vision, it grows into destiny. The words you allow into your mind are the seeds that determine your harvest. And the harvest you reap tomorrow depends on the seeds you plant today. That is why you must guard your mind. That is why you must choose carefully what you listen to, what you repeat, what you believe, because every word is a seed, and every seed has the power to shift your life forever. Think about the times you've been moved by words. A coach telling you to push harder. A parent telling you they believe in you. A friend reminding you that you matter. Those words didn't just make you feel good in the moment. They stayed with you. They became part of your identity. They became part of your story. That is the power of words. They don't just pass through your ears. They embed themselves in your soul. And when they are spoken with truth, they awaken something inside you that cannot be silenced. That is why you are here. Because you are ready to hear words that will awaken you. Words that will challenge you. Words that will demand that you rise to the level of your potential. But here is the challenge. Will you let these words in? Will you let them confront the lies you've been telling yourself? Will you let them break the chains of fear, doubt, and excuses? Because words can only shift your mind if you allow them to. They can only transform you if you are willing to receive them. Too many people hear powerful words and nod their heads, but then they go back to the same patterns, the same habits, the same limitations. Don't let that be you. Don't let these words pass you by. Let them sink in. Let them challenge you. Let them ignite you. Because if you do, they will not just inspire you for a moment, they will shift your mind forever. Stay with me until the end, because every word you hear is a seed. And if you plant it, if you nurture it with action, it will grow into a life you cannot even imagine right now. A life of strength, a life of courage, a life of purpose, a life of fulfillment. That is the promise. That is the reward. That is why you must stay, because the words you are about to hear have the power to shift your mind forever. And when your mind shifts, your life shifts. When your life shifts, your future shifts. And when your future shifts, everything changes. What is the one decision you've been avoiding? The one choice you know could change everything, but you keep postponing? Think about it. Because the truth is, your life will not change until you decide to change it. Responsibility is not a burden, it is the key. It is the moment you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you, stop blaming circumstances, stop pointing at the past, and instead look in the mirror and say, it's on me. That shift, that acceptance of responsibility is the foundation of every transformation. Without it, words remain empty. With it, words become fuel. You have dreams, you have visions of the life you want, but dreams without responsibility are illusions. They fade, they vanish, they remain locked in your imagination. Responsibility is what turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And here's the truth. No one is coming to carry you across that bridge. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is coming to fight your battles for you. It is your responsibility. It is your choice. It is your fight. And when you accept that, you unlock a power inside you that cannot be taken away. Responsibility is freedom. It may sound strange, but it's true. When you blame others, you give them control. When you blame circumstances, you give them power. When you blame the past, you chain yourself to it. But when you take responsibility, you take back control. You take back power. You take back freedom. You say, I am the author of my story. I am the builder of my future. I am the one who decides how this ends. That is freedom. That is strength. That is the moment your life begins to shift. Ask yourself, how many times have you waited for the perfect moment? How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, next year? How many times have you said, I'll change when things get easier? But here's the truth. Things don't get easier. You get stronger. And you only get stronger when you take responsibility. When you stop waiting, when you stop postponing, when you stop hiding behind excuses, the perfect moment is not coming. The perfect moment is now. And the only way to seize it is to take responsibility for it. Responsibility is not about guilt. It is not about shame. It is not about punishment. It is about power. It is about ownership. It is about saying, this is my life, and I will shape it. It is about refusing to let fear dictate your choices. It is about refusing to let doubt hold you back. It is about refusing to let excuses steal your future. Responsibility is the declaration that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are ready. And when you declare that, you begin to rise. You begin to move. You begin to transform. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you, the ones who have achieved greatness. They are not different from you. They are not superhuman. They are not lucky. They are responsible. They took ownership of their lives. They refused to wait. They refused to blame. They refused to surrender. They decided. They acted. They persisted. And because they did, they rose. You can do the same. You have the same power. You have the same choice. You have the same responsibility. And when you embrace it, you will rise too. So let these words sink in. Your life will not change until you decide to change it. Your future will not shift until you take responsibility for it. Your dreams will not become reality until you own them. Responsibility is the key. Responsibility is the turning point. Responsibility is the moment everything changes. And when you accept it, when you embrace it, when you live it, you will discover a strength inside you that cannot be broken. You will discover a fire inside you that cannot be extinguished. You will discover a freedom inside you that cannot be taken away. That is the power of responsibility. That is the challenge before you. That is the choice you must make. And when you make it, your mind will shift forever.